everybody, Conodger here. Welcome back to the Star Mazda Championship here in iRacing. We are at Phillip Island Circuit. Good, small Australian track that is a lot of fun to drive. As the theme of the season has been another tough one to race at. There is some decent passing opportunities, but there's also some real bad choke points here. There's a little bit of draft at play. It's going to be an interesting one for sure. As with seemingly every week, just by the byproduct of my current recording schedule. We are sitting in the European Strength of Field race. And in that field, I am ranked 15 of, I believe, 18. A lot of Division 1 guys. Like, I would say at least a third of the field Division 1. So, pretty fantastic strength of field here today. Which will be great to help restore some of that iRating that I have lost lately. Assuming we can do okay. But, does mean we're probably going to be fighting in the mid-pack today. At a track that's particularly hard to pass. So, it'll be interesting. That lap was pretty much garbage, so let me try and concentrate on this one. Weather conditions are not super ideal. I guess it wasn't as bad as I thought. I just got out of a practice session that was cloudy and cool. And it makes you feel like a superhero. And then once you get onto a hotter, sunny track, it makes you feel like a zero. Let's hope we can at least get into the top 10. That would be nice. Break a little earlier for this. Hairpin. It's nice to get back to the gas in one solid movement there. Didn't really happen. I considered not practicing in that session because it was different conditions. I really wish I hadn't now. Definitely threw off where my entry points would be. Like this turn right here is virtually flat in the different conditions. So not a very good qualifying performance, I don't think. I think this lap is a little worse. Yeah, this one's not going to be any better. I don't know where we're going to end up, but there's probably going to be a lot of action today. It's virtually the same. Alright, well, I'm not too pleased with the qualifying position today. We are buried in even towards the back of the field, so it's going to be a lot of traffic today. Well, hopefully. Hopefully there's a lot of traffic. Otherwise, something bad has happened. The good news is I have a great racer's excuse today. That is the most important thing, that you have a racer's excuse lined up. I've actually torn, well, not torn, but really pulled the right pectoral muscle. So I am kind of dealing with that at the moment. A little bit limited range. Mostly hurts when breathing. So, you know, just try not to do that. Let's see how this turn 1 shakes out. That was a quick start. Jesus. Just about lost it there in a 1 as it snap oversteered off throttle. Okay, we got a car slow here.
All clear, all clear.
Hey, get out of the dirt.
Got one on your right. Still there? Hold your line.
Can I have the track to myself at one point?
Still there.
Could this happen today?
Still there. All clear.
I think we got it. Alright. I was hoping that wasn't too much to ask for. Well, it might not last for long, though. Whoa, where did you go, dude? I don't know if he was going to try and stick it in there or what. Oh, there's... Okay, hopefully that's lag. Well, unfortunately, that's lag. That means we gotta watch that. some weird things going on with this field. I noticed in qualifying there was a lot of particularly low-ranked guys that were up towards the front of the field. Wow, somebody's running low downforce. Not I. I really didn't know what kind of downforce settings I was running, comparatively. But looking at it now, I'm going to say it's pretty high. Which I'm a little surprised, because it seems to do better in the cool than it does in the warm.
Still there? Hold your line. All clear, all clear.
Open diff. Screwed me. In practice, I had Sharky, who you guys might know from Twitch chat, from multiple people. See him all over the place. He was trying to help me with the turn back there after the hairpin. Jeez. Fabio really brakes hard for this turn. Pretty messy field today. Yeah, I really prefer this setup in the cooler conditions for sure. Just got a little bit too much understeer in it in the warmer. I did try to change the air pressures down. Doesn't seem like it's helping at all. We'll just try to deal with it. Try and hang with this group. Separate ourselves from people behind us. Oh, this is gonna... Okay. Oh! That is a highlight of the season right there. Holy crap, man. Whew. Well, I said I needed to not breathe. Well, that stuff like that will do it. Sliding sideways under an airborne car. Okay. Alright. Let's get the heart going again, though. That would be nice. Yikes. I think this is going to be a pretty quick race. 18 laps, it's a short track. And a pretty quick short track. There's 2 hairpins in it. Other than that. Alright. Whew. Still catching my breath. Let's have a couple more of those though. I need to work my way up this field a little bit more. Where are we up to anyway? Up to 8th. Not too shabby. Unfortunately, I am outside of the draft and they are not. I'm gonna need to have like some perfect laps here, and for them to make some mistakes. I'll try and work on that. It's a good thing this track is so fun to just lap on, because I think we're gonna have a little bit of that right here. Although they're still running pretty messy and ahead of us here. I need a drink. Alright, car. Get your nose under control. I don't know, I thought I would enjoy this track more in this car than I did in the GT1 Aston. However, I love this track in the GT1 Aston, so I have a pretty high expectation. I don't think it's my favorite combination just yet. It's like I've said, it's very fun to drive. But as this car has developed over the season, as the setups have developed, it's become a very finicky car to drive. I think the setups are starting to push it into that territory where it's so out of balance to go fast that it puts it like right on the razor's edge all the time. It doesn't give you a lot of opportunity to attack because as soon as you get a little bit offline, the car just loses all its momentum. And unfortunately, I'm not quite fast enough to just be up there running away with it. It's not to say there hasn't been some awesome battles. Unfortunately, I just haven't gotten too comfortable with the car in those situations. Though I'm running a decent pace right now. I wish I could have been doing this pace in qualifying. I think we're back into the 26s, which is, yeah, I mean, if those were two identical laps, they're pretty close to it. So not in too bad a shape. I really fought the entry to turn 1 a lot early in practice. However, I think I've gotten that down a little better. Still fighting the rear of the car a little bit right there. Actually short shifting it just to keep it in check. Sadly, this draft pack in front of us is making it so I absolutely cannot catch them. We're just gonna hope that they cross each other up. You have many lag. How can you hold all of these lags? I mean, there's got to be a 5 to 10 mile an hour difference down the front stretch here in a draft. So it's no big surprise that they are slowly creeping away, even though I'm running a pretty good little clip. Frankly, I'm just happy to still be in the race after that incident, though. I don't think we even picked up any incident points, which is amazing.
Got a filter on the left. We have a car stopped on the left. Go left.
Car stopped on the left. Go left. Thanks, spotter. Always helpful. Yeah, I had a feeling that pack would have something going on. Oh, and it's actually the guy who got away with it that caused it, huh? I think I've seen that name before, too. I don't know if it's bad or good. Last night, I actually was watching along at True Racer Stream, and Thomas Jordan was in there, who I spoke pretty highly of a few weeks ago. And yeah, he's a real nice, level-headed guy. It's nice to have somebody around like that that's super quick, willing to share setups and information and stuff. And he ended up having a little incident take himself out of the race, and he is upset about it, but he just kind of stayed very level-headed. So that was cool. I feel like I'm finally starting to learn the people in this field, which is a big part of the reason I'm really leaning towards doing back-to-back seasons, which I don't usually do in iRacing. Why did I go to second there? Gee, I'm really thinking about doing Formula Renault next year to stay with somewhat of the same group in a similar car. I think it could be good for us. Not even halfway through this race. I'm going to have to really work hard to get away from Fabio here. He is pretty quick. See that gap fluctuating already, and he's got some draft back there. That could be no good for us.
1:27.113.
That time's a little slow too, so let me do a little shutting up. I was just talking myself through the lap. Turn 2 is all about getting back to the throttle at just the right point. Got another scrap ahead of us here. This could work out very well in our favor. Oh yeah, he's catching in a hurry. Problem is he's carrying the 13 car along with him. That's what we don't need. This turn certainly not as difficult in this car as it was in the Big Aston. It did not like to slow down for that. Yeah, he's getting me about half a second a lap. Within about 1.6, 1.7, he'll start drafting on me. I don't like the way that sounds. As difficult as they are, I really enjoy turns like that are all about floating it right. I think left foot braking is very important in turns like that. Wish we were a little closer to these two. We'd be seeing quite a battle.
We got a slow car up ahead.
Well, not the kind of battle I was hoping it would be. Hey, 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 how are you? I've had enough of the heart attacks this race. Thank you. Every time I come up over that hill, I see the trees in the distance. I think there's a car sitting there. It like gives me a little momentary, oh shit! But then it's just a tree. Wasn't a great lap, but then again we had a little bit of a thing to deal with there. Cruised our way up into the top 5. I'm a little worried about the other two catching us though. Hoping they would fight it out a bit more. Good turn. Being around other cars can really slow you down here, because you've got to use a little bit of a defensive line in turns like that. Depends who you're around, how much you trust them. I feel like that's one of my weakest turns on the track. Every time I have to lift out of there, it's a bad turn. .1. That was a good lap. I hear the Jaws theme a-playing. Is there actually 3 of them back there? There pretty much is. This is one of those instances where you really don't want to be the car in front. Luckily we got a good run out of this turn though. I see skid marks. If that was a back marker or what. Don't see any shakeups ahead of us. Although the 4 seems pretty close to us now. Not really trying to snake the draft, but just doing little movements to try and break it up a bit. What's good is that pack has broken up just a little bit. It's good news for us. Oh, deep into here. Was able to hold it. Patient driving by Fabio. I'm sure he sees that my iRating is down in the 15, and he's like, maybe we give this guy a little bit of room. Who knows what he's going to be like. We are actually kind of gradually catching the 4. Whatever side you want, man. Let him pass and then use the draft. Oh, don't go doing that now, man. That's the last thing I need. Well, let's see if we can run down the 4. Oh, we're cutting that close, aren't we? 13 got loose. That's good for us. Very different line from him over there. Oh, what happened behind us there? What contact? Don't think I'm going to get quite the pull that he got due to the fact I have this high downforce setup. Hopefully we can run faster together as I take a little bit of aero off his rear wing. Certainly seems like that might be the case. Granted, I also have a little less aero on the nose as well. Probably running the wide line there. Changed my entry to that turn. That's what Sharky was trying to get me to stop doing. Wish he would stop flipping the grass in places like that. Run a little bit of defense, offense here. There's no more gears left.
1 minute 26, 8, 9, we're on your right. Still there.
Whoa!
All clear, all clear.
I'm sure his nose slid out, and that wasn't a intentional jab by direction, but this is not something I would have done. Struggling through this turn all of a sudden. A little worried about that with a car that has been understeering and then putting it into a pack of cars. Probably not a good idea. Don't think I had too terribly much control over that though.
Alright, man, here we go.
The biggest problem is that my car has no speed in the draft.
1 minute 27, 1, 3, 7.
No speed in the draft. There's no reason the 17 should have been closing in on me there. Hit our marks through here. That was better.
You have about 2 laps of fuel left.
Gave us a little bit more of a comfortable gap.
Alright, man, white flag, 1 more lap.
Jeez, the understeer right there is unreal. And what am I going to do? Lift and lose the momentum? Hell no.
1 minute 26, 7, 4, 3.
Is the gearing off of this thing? Are they hitting the limiter later? I don't understand. I think I was the only one to make the entry of this turn. In this little pack here.
Got one on your right. All clear, all clear. Got one on your right.
Oh, I wanted to get back. Didn't make it. So I don't know what I could have done differently. Sadly, I just think the speed down the straightaways is screwing me on the defense. The defense. I don't do sports. I don't know how to say that word. Come on, draft, pull me along. Ah, well. I think I drove pretty well. I'm happy with how I drove. It's just unfortunate that the speed down the straightaway wasn't there for us.
There's the flag. It's over.
I knew being at the front of that field, or the front of that pack, was not going to be good for us. Overall, a good race. Some interesting driving, for sure. I gotta figure out how to get myself into a different time slot, though. Dealing with the European lag is not ideal. Alrighty, well, in the end, it looks like we had a strength field of 27.95, pretty decent for a 19-car field for sure. And we came home in the 8th position. Could have come home in the 5th position had I not given up those positions, but I'm not going to beat myself up over it too terribly much. Looking at the fastest laps, my best one was a 26.7, and I thought that was really kind of pushing the car more than it would take. And then we had a 25.9, a 26.0, a 26.2, a 25.9 in that group. So certainly, although that setup was very stable and it worked well enough to get me through the race, not the best setup, I don't think. It just did not have the straightaway speed to keep up with the other guys, and that is, I think, is where we ended up losing those positions on. Losing those positions is not the end of the world, though, because we still did come home in 8th place, and out of the 19-car field, that gave us 102 points, which is, I think, good enough to push it up into one of the 8 races that count for the season, so that's good. You can see my fast lap was on 17 versus everybody else's was earlier in the race. Definitely some weird things going on there. Then again, that was also the only time in the race where I really got to draft anybody. Most importantly, it looks like we will be giving $4, I think. $4 to the Child's Play charity through Firelands or Bust this week for 4 positions gained. 0 incidents in that race. So a nice healthy increase on the safety rating up to a 3.66. And that is something that I take a little bit of pride in. I like having a good safety rating, even though it means that I am maybe not the most aggressive driver out there. And we had a decent little increase in iRating as well, clawing back from the last 4 weeks or so where we lost quite a bit of iRating. Alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed that one. I enjoyed it. I wish things could have gone a little differently, but if you're a race car driver or a sim race car driver, and you didn't win, and you don't think things should have gone differently, then you shouldn't be a race car driver. So thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you next time.